The other injury I wanted to talk to you about was the CD Lamb one, man. And this one, this one hits hard at home. But CD Lamb is a high ankle sprain. He's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks too. Dallas Cowboys that we'll be talking about a little bit later. They're hosting the Green Bay Packers this upcoming Sunday. Return home for Michael Parsons. It's going to be a big showdown for sure, a big primetime game that a lot of people are going to see, and is going to be the number one factor on their offense is not going to be there. What does this mean for the Cowboys and the next 4 weeks without Lamb?
Actually, I want to hear you first there because your squad.
Oh man, it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be a huge step back, man. He's one of the main targets for us, man. One of the main factors too. He could get about 10 to 12, and even on a really good day or night, 15 targets in one game, and most likely he's catching 80 to 85% of those targets. So he's a really big factors for us. Just like Mike Evans, he gets a lot of eyes taken off of that defense just towards him and off of everybody else that's running routes or running plays. I think it's going to be good for George Pickens. I think he's going to be obviously the main target here. He's going to get probably 8 to 10, 12, 10, 8 to 10 targets and most likely be able to catch 6 to 7 of them. I think we're going to work on that running game more. We're going to use Javante Williams and Miles Sanders more because Dak is going to use the old reliable on Jake Ferguson and George Pickens, but he's gonna miss CD. So I think they'll run the ball a little bit more. But I do think it's gonna be a huge step back for us because our offense did not look good at all when he left against the Chicago Bears. We only put up 14 points in that game when our offense is supposed to be top. It should be top 10, maybe even top 5 in the league, and we're not even showing it right now. So when we don't have our primary target out there for a whole month, it's going to be a huge step back for us on our offense. And with our defense, it's a joke out there. Our defense is a joke out there. So if we can't be scoring and putting up 25, 30, 35 points, we're not going to be able to stop the other team from actually doing that.
Yeah, and plus, look at your schedule, right? So the Green Bay game, obvious. That's we're gonna get into that. So that
Yeah.
could be an help. Looks that way. Even though Jordan Love hasn't looked that great either. So, but we'll get into that.
Hmm.
Then what do you get? The Jets, right? You get the Jets after that. So that I mean, maybe right. Without him, you can still pick that up. That won't be too bad. And you get the Panthers again, not too bad. Maybe you can overcome that as well. But then you get the Commanders. And unfortunately, I don't think it's a huge deal in terms of divisional play because I don't think that the Cowboys are set to win the division long term, regardless of this. But in terms of just making the playoffs, like if you don't win that Jets and Panthers game without him, you're pretty much putting yourself in a position to be set back because I think right after that you have Denver, right? Denver's another physical
Hmm.
defensive team, so that can be tough. You know, how you do without him is going to be interesting because, like you said, without him on the Bears, you guys were doing nothing. Not that you're really doing too much while he was there either. And congrats to him for trying to give him a try. Came back into the game, went that one route, was just waved it off, said I can't do it, and that's fine. I get it. But I mean, this right here is what you have paid Dak for to show me that when other people go out, you can still be serviceable. You're not supposed to be. Granted, I know he gets a lot of expectations, but he's not supposed to be a bum QB that depends on other people.
Yep.
He's paid like a star quarterback that's supposed to elevate this team, regardless of who you got there. And granted, we just said Mahomes doesn't look great without stars next to him. So I hear that, right? Lamar, though he's looking good and putting up numbers, he hasn't always shined, even when he got a lot of help. So there's not like all these quarterbacks are just putting up, but the expectation is there. You can't go, let's say 2-3. We won't include the Bears loss. Let's say he doesn't come back for the next 4 games. You can't go 1-3 in that. And if the fifth game's Denver or whatever, you can't lose that. Like there's no way that you can go this next, let's say 4 games below 2-2 and expect to probably make the playoffs in terms of it's a long season. I get it. You can get hot. It doesn't matter, right now in that big of a sense. But realistic expectations for your team and how they've seemed to perform late in the year, like you need to be 3-1 in this stretch with the Panthers and the Jets as two of those teams. And if
Yep.
he can't get that done, even without CD, and then you still have Pickens, which is it's not CD, but it's something. Uh, I don't know. I mean, like you said, this we're gonna get into the Packers game, but it's all on Dak now. This is where if you're not it here, I know Milton's not the answer long term either, backup, but now it's time. This is it. You don't show me in this next 2-3 weeks that you can't win 2 out of these 3 games, or at least look great on your end, like you said, because the defense has been slacking as well.
Exactly.
It's time. It's time to make a move. I don't care if you have to cut, do whatever you have to do, take the financial loss and move on to another back. This is the window that I'm going to judge him.
Yeah, I don't expect them to win against the Panthers or to the Jets because of our defense. I expected more from the Jets because their offense is wishy-washy. It is not good really, but depending if Justin Fields is out there and depending on how well he plays, because he can play well, it's a toss-up, right? With the Panthers, I don't expect to win because their offense is pretty good. Bryce Young is looking dope. Chuba Hubbard is running the ball very well. Rico Dotto, which an ex-Dallas Cowboy, whenever he gets in the red zone, he can score. The receivers are looking good. The rookie receiver McMillan, he's looking great, and their defense is not half bad. They're not great. They're not good, but they're like a little below average in the middle of the league and shit. So it's like I don't expect them to win, but I do agree with what you're saying. On Dak's end, you have to put on a show with anybody that you have out there because if it's just, oh, I could get the ball to CeeDee Lamb and he does all the work, might as well literally what you just said, cut our losses, trade him, get some money back and some picks, and we get some random QB out there, put Joe Milton out there and just give the ball to CeeDee Lamb the whole time because we're paying you $60 million a year to just throw it to CeeDee Lamb? Nah. I need you to go out there and be a playmaker and actually put it on the show and make some completions and get the offense going and score 30 points per game. Because with the offense you have, obviously now, huge step back with Lamb gone for the next month. But still, George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, the running backs that you have, yeah, a little below average, but you can still put up 3 touchdowns in a game. Don't tell me that you can only put up 14 points against a Chicago Bears team.
Yeah, that was miserable. Miserable.
Horrible.
How you guys
Horrible.